Hey everyone, Spicy Toast Gaming here. Hope you're having a great day. Hope this video can make it a little bit better for you. This is actually going to be a clip from one of my live streams. If you want a link to my Twitch channel to see me playing any of this live, or a link to the main channel, both will be in the description down below. If you enjoy the video, a like and subscribe is always appreciated, and let's get into it. So one thing we're going to do here and there is we are going to try to do kind of level up builds. So we're going to try to grab a champion and see how many of these XP relics we can throw on them and still be able to clear an adventure. So for some champions like Ari or Fiddlesticks, you can just throw all of them on and be able to clear. But for some other champions, we're going to see what we think is going to work. So for Ashe, I think we can go and put 2 of them on, but I think the Overwhelm will still be pretty important. And one thing we're just going to do over the next couple weeks or so, since I have so many of these, and people have actually been asking for like builds on how to do pretty much exactly what we're doing, how to level up champions. This is something we're going to try because we've got a lot of champions that are still like level 30 or something. So I think it should be interesting. Let's grab Ashe, and what adventure do we think we would be pretty solid at? Because we want one that's probably like 5 or higher. We could probably do Lysandra. I feel like with this build we could probably do anyone. Do we want to go for him again? Is he going to be able to counter us at all? Fizz, I mean, Fizz is just like 4.5. We were hoping to do one that's 5-star. Like, we probably could do Fizz. But yeah, we're trying to do 5-star for the extra XP. Just thinking through, what about the new weeklies? We can see these ones. Now, some of the weeklies are going to be very important because there's going to be ones where you either have like the karma power, so you start with 10 mana, or like the repetition, something like that. Foes units have regen. Nexus can't take more than 20 damage each round. Foe plants 200 times in their deck. When a player plays a card, increase the cost of other copies of it everywhere. I'm not a huge fan of removable, but also our frostbites are kind of worthless against Galio. But sure, let's try it here. Viego would probably be the best case, though, in case you're wondering. It'd probably be more consistent and better than this one. But we'll try this one out. Let's see what we can get. When an allied unit kills another unit, give it 2/2, heal it to full. Challenger this round. I feel like our units are not going to survive because they're getting massive amounts of power. They're not getting a lot of health. So I think most of our units are going to die. But I think we can go for Duelist. We can try to kill enemy units. And let's go for Vagabond. Although I suppose with our Frostbite, that's going to be able to help us get some kills. So it could have worked potentially. All right, let's get rid of Wild Claw. We can hold on to the rest. Honestly, I've not played Ashe in a minute. Do we want to drop Rhyme Fang already? Sure. Well, rip to him. Let's just kind of develop our board a little bit. I was wanting to frostbite someone, but
I'll lead us to victory. Faster than my arrow? Not. Avarosans, stand together.
all right, so we're gonna frostbite that one. Yeah, we probably could have gone for the other power just so we are able to actually kill their units and scale up a little bit more. That probably could have been fine. All right, that's a lot of units. Let's drop this here. They're out of mana. Let's drop this right here. Frostbite that. This one has a lot of stats. Let's drop it here. We have that overwhelm, so let's just go ahead and attack before they do anything.
The arrow flies.
Although we're still not even quite ending, which is a bit rough. This unit has a ton of power, though. Hopefully it doesn't die.
Swiftly now.
Oh, right, they can't take more than 20 damage. That's what's going on. That one's going to get frostbitten. I suppose let's still go ahead and kill some of these units since we're going to hit the cap regardless.
Non-chance.
Man, they are playing spells like crazy. We'll drop this one right there.
Right now.
All right, GG. Are you cooking up any new dev interviews? Maybe. I think the best response I can do at the moment is maybe. There's not really anything I can confirm or deny at the moment. Let's go for Icevale Archer. It's gonna be really good to have. Let's go for support champion. Gwen, Hecarim. I do like Hecarim, but these are expensive. Gwen's pretty good though, and Gwen would be really... Yeah, Gwen would be fun. Sure, we can go for Chamber, so field musicians. The twist is a dev interview from before another game. That would be actually pretty funny. Or I became a dev. This is fine. I do actually really like Ashe's 6-star. It is pretty fun. Let's drop this one here. And we can drop one of these guys right there. We need to try to limit their units as much as possible. So we are having some units die, but we need to try to kill theirs. Although I think 3... Yeah, they're still going to get that 2-2. Ah, well, the bigger stats they have, the bigger stats we get. Them actually recalling this isn't the worst thing for us. Like, the stats get purged off, which does suck, but that's slightly amusing. Alright, 20 power Ashe. They might recall her, though. Ah, well.
My aim is true.
Just running one chair to another, interviewing myself. That would be pretty funny.
Swiftly now.
Alright, so we need to focus on trying to kill their units. So we can, like, kill that one right there. And then he's not really gonna... Anyone he grabs would actually be bad. And they all have regen, so him trying to... I guess he can't really do anything, because they can just block with one of these two, and then he's screwed. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, well. Alright, let's open with Strike Up the Band, just so we get 2 blockers. Okay, I suppose. It's a little unfortunate, but not that big of a deal. Let's drop this one right here to, again, just try to get some frostbites going. And we can frostbite that one.
My life forever, Rosa.
What do you call that technique?
The problem is we can't just destroy them in a single round because of their... let's see. Their modifier. I think let's try to drop this guy and see what they do.
Still see far and clear.
All the world on one arrow.
So many recalls, I hate it.
As the arrow flies.
Alrighty. Alright, we're still doing enough damage. We're not quite hitting 20, but at least we're getting them below 20. Yeah, let's go ahead and attack like this.
No greater gift than knowledge.
Alright,
The time is
we'll go ahead and frostbite right here.
Lesson.
Sure, let's try to drop Gwen.
I will not squander the great gift I've been given.
Oh my word. Alright, let's try to attack and hope they don't have 2 recalls. Because otherwise that would be pretty rough. Sure, let's go ahead and go right here. Alright, GG. Yeah, the build is double XP and Overwhelm. We're trying to do builds with champions of like the best way to farm XP for them, especially once you're at the point where you have multiple relics unlocked. Survive damage, grant me 3 power. Steal an enemy follower. That's a little silly. We really care about it. I think we'll just go for Unscarred. Have another cheap unit can be nice, especially one that generates more blocks for us. I think I want to do Ashe, even though Gwen is going to be pretty nuts. But still kind of want to focus on Ashe. Let's go for Tavern Keeper. Let's go to Omen Hawk. Sure, we can go ahead and drop her right away just so we're getting more frostbites going.
We go where the war mother.
My aim is true.
Do we want to drop a Gwen already? Sure. Should be able to get a kill off, which is nice.
Squander the great gift I've been given.
And yeah, we can drop this right here.
In the war mother's name.
Alright, so we'll frostbite that one. We're still going to be doing more than enough damage.
What will you have?
Alright, it's definitely off to a bit of a better start. We could go for a Strike of the Band just to make them discard something. Honestly, since they only have 4 cards, I feel like that's not the worst. But I think let's even try to do it again. Just limiting their options is quite nice.
Many try. One thrill yours.
Let's drop this one. Well, none of those are too scary at the moment.
Safeguard our homes.
Alrighty.
At the ready.
Light the signal fires.
Unfortunately, we can't end next round.
In order here.
Amarosans, stand together.
Ah, well.
Intruders, stay back.
What we really need is to get Trifarian. Trifarian would be awesome. What do you think is the best build for Ashe? I tried many, but all feel worse than Triple Gatebreaker. Yeah, for 6-star Ashe, Triple Gatebreaker is really good, or Double Gatebreaker and the Overwhelm Relic. I think that's kind of normally the best. You can go for a build with like the Swain Relic, Packed Powder. So you can get Ashe on the board turn 1, and maybe pair that with like Echoing can be really fun if you want a more aggressive turn 1 Ashe. Back in the cinematic, it was actually Spirit Blossom. None of this should matter. We should just be able to attack and end. GG. I have so many champions to get to 30, but I'm just being too lazy to do it. But no, my defense usually wait till at least 3 stars, even to consider working on them. I like Caught in the Cold. Yeah, that seems nice. More Frostbites, love it. Ooh, Flash Freeze with Brainworm. That sounds really good. Yeah, let's get that. Pyromania, do we do any damage? Not really. We don't. Yeah, not. We could like do it with Ice Shard, but again, that was just not really that needed. I think let's do a reroll, see if we can get a solid power. Sure, gain a Spartan student is fine. Let's go ahead and we don't really need the conductor. Yeah, we can get rid of conductor. Go for Elise.
Strand by silken strand.
I've been doing Beast, Grand General's counter plan, Echoing, it was okay. Might swap Echoing patch to mana refill. I just generally like the control play style for Ashe, but Gatebreaker proves to be the best. Yeah. Let's go here. That's always sad when it's like, I like one build, I want to do this build, but I know this other build is just flat out better. That always is a little sad. Sure, let's go for Omen Hawk first. They'll play something else. We'll Frostbite it right here. Alright, let's go ahead and attack and try to kill as many as possible. Alright, fantastic. Yeah, getting the Cane power at the start would have been decent. We could go for Ashe, but I think we probably want to do some Frostbites. So let's wait for them to attack. Alright, we'll Frostbite that one. And we can Frostbite this one. So we can kill their Elise. Kill that one right there. And then technically he could block right here, but it's kind of worth yeah, not worth it. I think let's open with the Unscarred Reaver. And then drop our Ashe.
My aim is true. Faster than my arrow? I think not.
Let's actually. That one's gonna get frostbitten, so yeah, that'll be first one to go. We can kill this one. Him attack is not really worth it. Let's go ahead and attack like this. So, getting our 20 damage down, but also just trying to kill as many. Oh, they have 21. That's terrible. That means it's still going to take 2 to be able to end. That really sucks. Let's pass. Let's drop this right here to frostbite everyone. We just keep giving them units. Oh, man.
Stand together. I won't.
Alright, I think let's just go ahead and attack.
Please, I have connections.
They keep getting units from us and they hate it. Good thing we can keep letting this unit get strikes off, because then it keeps giving us more cards. They still could attack though. Let's go ahead and frostbite that one.
You'll regret when I lift this.
Sure.
Ow!
How many of those do they have in our deck? I feel like we pulled. Oh, 13. Yeah, there's a lot. All right, this should be game. GG. Sad Ashe doesn't have the Kale treatment with buffing top deck when there's no units in hand. That would be very nice. Hopefully they fix that, or not really fix, but improve that. Let's try to do something a little bit stronger. Ante up. Dragon boons. I guess I should go ante up and maybe play her earlier. Although we could do that with Ashe as well. Sure, we can do turn 1 Ashe and have her be a little bit more of a generator for frostbites. Titanic Wake could be fun. Slow but steady. Most of our slow spells are already frostbiting, so frostbiting again. Actually, wait, I think slow but steady sometimes acts really weird, where it gives you way more than it should. But Titanic Wake, this will be the best because most of our units are able to trigger this. So slow but steady can be really fun for Ashe, but this will just be so much better. Rekindler or item chest. Let's go for the item chest. Yeah, we're doing double XP Ashe because we're trying to do this with pretty much all champions, seeing the best way to level them. Yes, we'll drop our Ashe right here. Alright, able to get some decent damage down. We're trying to wait for most of our units till they can also hit the Titanic threshold.
My aim is true.
Alright, she's leveled. Sure, let's try to drop our Gwen, but they might immediately like frostbite her.
Mine will be stronger.
Alright, this will be pretty good, and yeah, we can go ahead and kill him. Might as well. It's not like we're wasting any damage.
Everything's easier behind a mask.
Alright, so it's still going to take 2 more attacks before we're able to end.
The bite doesn't hurt, but the venom sure does. Fang's turn.
They're out there. I'll spot them. It's good to be the king.
We'll just keep frostbiting people. Yeah, the control is pretty fun.
As the arrow flies.
Is there anything they can do to block? It doesn't really matter. I guess we actually could use all of our flash freezes just to keep them from having units or having cards.
Right now.
Business time.
These are our lands.
Alrighty, that's, yeah, pretty fine with us. Okay.
Leaping into action.
And GG. Nice.
A new failure will rise.
Titanic Wake is pretty legit, yeah. Toast, who do you think is the most fun 6-star power? Potentially Swain. I think Swain probably has the most fun as far as like the 6-star, not the champion at 6-star, but just their like 6-star themselves. Like Volibear is really fun, but their 6-star isn't the most fun 6-star power. And the same with Elder Dragon. Like Elder Dragon is a lot of fun, but I wouldn't say their 6-star power is the most enjoyable. We're finally getting Ashe and Palace champions? Yeah, apparently. Strike up the band, Caught in the Cold. I think we'll go here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and grab that. Winter's Breath, this is the one that would have been really good with the slow but steady, but we can still get it right here. Honored Lord is right there, so we don't really need the gold or rerolls as much. Hey, look, level up. I think we're fine. Sure. Mana flow is solid. Let's go here. So, Messenger. At least it's not Exalted Ari. Look at me, Jinx. Riot making Exalted Morgana the $200 skin. I'm crying. I'll never be able to get that. I agree, 6-stars need to be fun, not just powerful, or they feel really boring to go for. Yeah, like I really like the Volibear overall. I think he's a lot of fun. And I think the 6-star is solid for him, but it's not that engaging. This is fine. I am happy though for some champions like Leona, where even though her 6-star is kind of boring, yeah, we need to drop Ashe.
Faster than my arrow?
Her other effect, what are the chances they obliterate us? Yeah, I think let's go ahead and just attack like this.
Calm mind and open heart greet the night.
This is fine.
When others threaten, we must take action. When others threaten, we must take action.
Casual, 16-13 Ashe. Yeah, for some champions though, like Leona, when you get the 4-star your Phalanx that gives you such a good power, that one is really, really nice. Let's go with this archer, frostbite them right there.
Lead us to victory!
The charger chases stars across the sky.
Let's go for strike up the band, because this will give us a couple blockers. Did not mean to click on that. All right, they surprisingly don't want to attack. So let's attack before they obliterate us. So we can go ahead and go right here. This unit's not really doing anything. Sure, we can kill that one. We'll see who they block. We'll probably frostbite them as well. Yep, let's go ahead and frostbite that right there.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty sparkle.
And I think we'll drop the crystal arrow just for some extra frostbites and a bit of draw.
No doubt he sees to dogs in the hereafter.
I learned my scars. Show them the way.
All right, pretty good board. Yeah, we definitely could do a lot better if we could do more than 20 damage in a round. Oh, that silence actually hurts us. Do we want to go for our Gwen? I think let's actually go for the Ice Veil Archer. All right, I guess maybe we will go for Gwen.
I will not squander the great gift I've been given. Finally, someone cool.
All right, let's try to drop a strike up the band just to discard their only card. Kill our units. And it was an obliterate. Haha, screw you. Let's go ahead and attack like this. It's trying so hard. Archer's going back to studying. Sounds good. Thanks for hanging out for a bit. Let's again drop this right here. Try to make it so they discard their only card. Perfect. All right, GG. There's some skins that are really hard to distinguish. For instance, there's one that looks like Blitzcrank, but it's definitely not Blitzcrank. Discard from hand is Omega Control. Oh yeah, I love it. I love being able to bully the AI like that. Kill an ally, draw 2, Atrocity. Atrocity could actually be pretty good. We might really struggle right here. Let's go for the Savage Shield. That's why Ashe is baseline Titanic. Is there any we really just don't care about at all? Actually, like most of what we have. I think we'll give it a shared spoils. Let's go for Galio.
Time to make an impact.
Yeah, definitely not. Blitzcrank was actually a legit joke. That was decent. We can get rid of this right here.
Darkness and light.
Also looks like, unfortunately, ad dropped. I pushed it back as far as we could, but we'll hold off for anyone that is getting hit by that. All right, everyone should be back. Let's open up with our strike up the band, make them discard. Yeah, we can go here.
The elements bind the living.
All right, now we can go
and the
ahead
dead.
and drop our Ashe.
One arrow.
So she'll be able to attack and frostbite that one. Yeah, it will be good to kill this. So even though we're not going to be able to quite hit the 20 damage, which is a little sad, I think we'll still go for it. Do we want to play any of these? Sure. Let's see if we can boost ourselves up a little bit more. All right, not quite. And we'll drag her aside because we won't be able to kill her. We might as well not have her block one of our bigger units.
I'll lead us to victory.
But yeah, if we can get back to making sure they can't play anything or have any cards, that would be great. Let's go for the Omen Hawk. And let's go ahead and... Actually, let's do some of our Ashe Frostbites so we can start trying to shuffle those more and more into our deck. And yeah, we go for our Soldier.
Still see far and clear.
Alright, so now we have a good amount of damage. We can kill her. Kill that one right there. And sure, we'll Frostbite that one. And they're just running out of things to play. They do have the Darkness, but it's only 4 damage. Okay, yeah, killing him doesn't matter.
Let's roll.
No arguments here. That's a first.
Alright, so luckily we do have our spell shield, so we're still fine in that regard. Goodness, 41 damage. Sure, we'll still drop it. Fast speed. I think we will do this just so we can make them discard. So yeah, the only card they have is their Darkness. So let's go ahead and attack again. Once again, hitting our 20 damage thresholds. We just need one more attack, and then we are good. Okay. That drain sucks, because that just brought them back up above their threshold. We need to get some Frostbite so our Reaver can get some strikes going, but oh, that actually hurts. That is not good. Because that just bought them a whole nother round.
I shall lead the way.
Okay. We want her to be a little bit higher. Yeah.
Can a spirit run to the deck?
Actually, I guess we can go ahead and drop this right here. This is why we got the Atrocity. GG. That, not too bad. I think for a level up build for Ashe, this is pretty good. You have enough Frostbites baseline that you can just keep stalling. You get the overwhelm with all your big units, so you're going to be able to end. Yeah, I think this is probably a pretty good level up build for her. All right, so we were able to hit level 40. I think we were in the 30s, so that's not too bad. I think as far as, yeah, level up build, Ashe will be pretty good. I don't think you want to do full relics because it'll just kind of take forever. I think having the overwhelm is pretty nice. But overall, yeah, I think this is pretty good for trying to level up Ashe with having pretty much as many relics filled with relic slots as possible. So yeah, we were at, looks like, around level 34, and we were able to get about 6 levels. Oh boy, Targon, yay. Thank you for watching that video, especially all the way to the end. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.